Hi folks, welcome to MokzZ Gaming channel. Today I shall share very special video something. A fan sent me a private message and asked me to make a video of the global most popular mobile gacha games revenue rank in 2022. So I agreed to do this video and wanted to share that experience with you folks. So I spent 3 days preparing these materials and making the video. Finally, this video appears and meet you folks here. In the future, I shall do my best to make more high quality videos contents. Please keep following MokzZ Gaming channel. The tier list has global mobile gacha game downloads and revenue rank, downloads and revenue data, and growth change percent for 2021 and 2022, double platform, Google Play and App Store. In addition, I shall post the Google Drive link in the content description and comments area. You folks can check it out if you're interested. If you have any questions, please leave a message in the comment area and I shall reply all. My dream is to create a chill gacha gaming space where I can just collect my favorite characters. My dream is to create a chill gacha gaming space where I can just collect my favorite characters. So I make this global gacha games top 50 revenue 2022 tier list. I want more people to fall in love with gacha game. Before I start sharing, I'd like to introduce you to anyone who hasn't played or wants to play gacha game. What are gacha games' origin? Why are they so popular? Gacha games are video games which encourage players to spend in-game currency for virtual items as they progress. In gacha games, items such as cards and characters can be won through a mechanism, similar to a vending machine, in which players pull, spin, or roll using in-game currency to receive a random item. The excitement you feel when opening a present, or the anticipation of revealing what's behind a scratch card is comparable to what some players feel through gacha games. Like toy vending machines, there's a slight element of mystery, and the surprise is the end reward. These emotions, mixed with more traditional gameplay elements such as adventure or fantasy, make many gacha games rewarding and even exciting for the player. Well, let's get started. Current video theme: Global Mobile Gacha Games Top 50 Revenue Ranking for 2022. The tier list refers to data from Sensor Tower, as relates to the privacy data of each game. So I did something with the data, and you can see that the numbers are integral multiple. However, it won't affect the ranking, so please feel free to watch. MokzZ Gaming channel is dedicated to providing the most professional gacha game news and data analysis. First, if you watch this video in patience, you can know what the market trends will look like in 2023. Why market trends? Because of the high revenue games, developers will copy and innovate for these representative titles, so developers will continue to follow these gameplay and art styles in the future. Second, although you've played some of these games and have uninstalled or forgotten them, this video will remind you of the fun times you had playing these games. Sharing fun is the maximum goal of MokzZ Gaming channel. Finally, the most of these top 50 games should be friendly for F2P players. If not, those games wouldn't be so popular from global players. Even if you don't like some of these games, no doubt, they are the popular trends of gacha games. So which ones are in the top 50 rank? Check out which one you've played or haven't played. Please leave your comment in the area, share your experience of playing the game at the beginning, and maybe you will meet someone who's been go through like you in here. Well, let's start with from top 41 to top 50. I think most players have played or heard of these 10 games, but I'd like to highlight 3 new games. First of all, the game was promoted from the revenue rank 428 for 2021 to rank 45 for 2022, it's X-Hero. The game is obviously a legendary example. Why do you say? You can take a look at the game icon first. Is it like a cute puppy, right? And how to see the theme and art style is a casual game. And let's take a look at the X-Hero ads first. This ads is a saving dog casual game. However, when I search X-Hero Facebook page, I found out that the game actually looks like this. Next, Dislight. Publisher from Lilith. Dislight is an action role-playing game. The gameplay features fairly frequent violence. Dislight launched, topping the free chart in many countries. With its stylish theme, Dislight gives us a striking first impression. However, on closer inspection, its gameplay largely resembles that of Summoner's War, the allegedly foundational work of the genre. Dislight was promoted from the revenue rank 869 for 2021 to rank 47 for 2022. The revenue growth is 40,000%. What has Dislight done to improve game content and events this year? You folks can follow its official Twitter account for the latest news. And then, it's a hero collector game that makes use of innate gashapon mechanics to give players a chance to summon their favorite characters. The summoning system of the game is called Invoke and can be unlocked after the player finishes the initial tutorial thrown by the game. It is Memento Mori. Within 3 months, the revenue ranked top 49, which really surprised me. You folks, please tell me how much you paid for this game? In fact, one of the more embarrassing things about I made a video for Memento Mori when the game was first launched, and my first impression when I played it, the conclusion I gave that Memento Mori can't be called a game at all, and then when I saw this revenue and downloads of 2022 frist, I was slapped in the face, and if you are interested, you guys can look for that video in MokzZ Gaming channel. Next, let's continue the top 31, top 40 ranks. Are there any games you are playing or have played? Is this ranking where you expect it to be? Leave your comments in the area. In these 10 games, the game I spent the longest time on Princess Connect, Dive and Epic 7, I have to say that both games are great in gameplay, video quality, content, activity, etc. and both games have not changed much in revenue rank for 2021 and 2022, basically stays in the top 30 rank. Well, the game I really need to talk about is Dragon Hunters. What's interesting is that Dragon Hunters is just a new game that was released in August 2022, and in just 4 months, Dragon Hunters has reached top 33 revenue rank. So what is Dragon Trail Hunter? It is an open-world roguelike RPG where to make progress you must loot your failed attempts. Each attempt is a unique experience with a custom party of heroes in different locations and random events, except mobile device. It is available for on your PC or Mac. In Additional, there's a huge variety of animals to collect, from the fairly normal-sounding bluish parrot to the frankly terrifying icy bear. Woolly mammoths are still around on Star Island, too, along with the fire wyvern you befriended. In the opening moments, and I'm not going to analyze any of these other games too much here, if you have other games to experience, feel free to leave some in the comments area. Next, what are the top 21, top 30 ranked games? Among these 10 games, all of them are very classic, so let me talk about 3 games that I'm interested in and have spent a long time on. First, Honkai Impact 3. When the game was released first, just in time for my poor internet connection, I spent a lot of time and money, and in order to enjoy the game for the first time, the game is more than 10 gigabytes, and I downloaded it by 4G directly. Honkai Impact 3, which published in 2016, also from Genshin Impact published by MiHoYo. Even Honkai Impact 3 was released before Genshin Impact was launched 4 years ago, and I was surprised that MiHoYo had already developed such a high-quality RPG in 2016. The game is notable for incorporating a variety of genres, from hack and slash and social simulation, to elements of bullet hell, platforming, shoot 'em up and dungeon crawling across multiple single and multiplayer modes. It features gacha mechanics. Next, Blue Archive. It is a gacha with enough gameplay to be entertaining for even discerning fans looking for difficulty. Sure, you can overlevel yourself, but players with good team composition and ultimate usage will be able to get ahead. Blue Archive is one of the most popular games in Japan. This makes Blue Archive the 4th Chinese-published game to become a top 3 bestseller in Japan, after Azalane, Knives Out and Genshin Impact. And then, when I introduced Blue Archive, you heard the name of Azalane. Well, let's talk about Azalane. This game is one of my favorite gacha games, if you have to ask why. Because there are too many waifu waiting for me. Azalane has always been the center of attention when it comes to scantily clad anime girls. The game has also outstanding fan arts that became the source of memes in the anime, mobile, R34 and gaming communities. In addition, Azalane is currently one of the most popular gacha games out right now. For those who aren't familiar with it, it's a 2D bullet hell style gacha game in which players control famous battleships and submarines throughout history. And then, let's talk about top 11, top 20 rank. Some of these games are also classic that we're very familiar with, like 2 Marvel series games. And I used to play Summon War when I was a child. Summon War is a mobile turn-based strategy massively multiplayer online game. This game can be described as a forerunner, and influenced many similar games later. And like Dragon Ball and AFK are already very classic games, here is no more comment. I shall spend more time talking about the game. It launched in August 2022 and shocked the game industry, and won the Google Play's Best of 2022 Users Rewards. Even someone said it's a Genshin Impact copy. It's Tower of Fantasy, for short TOF. Within just 4 months, TOF has reached the top 20 revenue rank. Its impact and popularity are inseparable with the efforts of the developer and all the players. I admit that I had CBT experience before the official release, and I was honored to join the CBT. In addition, there is also a Tower of Fantasy column on the MokzZ Gaming channel, made 8 related video contents. And you folks can check it out on MokzZ Gaming channel if you're interested. For those of you who haven't played the game, Tower of Fantasy is an open-world RPG with beautiful characters, an anime aesthetic, and fast-paced combat that revolves around a character-swapping mechanic to maximize damage. I also did a video of TOF vs Genshin. When many players who have played Genshin and experienced Tower of Fantasy, many people believe that TOF is a Genshin copy game. Even there was an online battle spectacle between both players. Of course, there are also rational players said, TOF is not Genshin Impact's copy, but they're very close. And when Tower of Fantasy launch, the game delivers on its commitment to provide a modern JRPG experience. Combat, exploration, and its RPG DNA all work together to provide the AAA quality found in full-priced games, but for free. At least, based on the current revenue rank, there is no doubt that Tower of Fantasy is a successful game. The success of TOF is good news for more and more developers wanted to push this direction, and proving that a different art style, recreation, can still do a popular game around the world players. Finally, let's talk about top 1, top 10 rank. I think you folks have already known that which games will be in the top 10 rank, but still let us look forward to what's the specific ranking. To be honest, when I first get this revenue ranking, I found that some games did exceed my expectations. Of course, my expectations are not that important, what matters is that you folks are happy. Well, let's start with the top 10 rank. I don't know the Korean language. In English, it's Odin Valhalla Rising, and the game is currently only available in South Korea. You folks can imagine that this game can rank top 10 in revenue rank only in South Korea. Suppose that it is released globally, The latest news is the South Korean developers Kakao Games have recently revealed that the anticipated title Odin, Valhalla Rising will release in Q4 2023 in NA and Europe based on what they have announced in their latest earnings call. So if you want to play Odin, Valhalla Rising in English, you'll have to wait until Q4 2023. Check out MokzZ Gaming channel, and I'll keep you folks posted once news updates. And then, the top 9 rank is Puzzle & Dragons. Compared to 2021, Puzzle & Dragons' rank dropped from top 6 to top 9, and we don't underestimate the gap of only 3 rank. In fact, every 1 rank in the top 10 games is a significant revenue difference with next rank. Puzzle & Dragons is currently in the midst of its 10th anniversary campaign, and you'll be rewarded for your participation. And the top 8 rank is a role-playing game developed by NSoft, based on the massively multiplayer online role-playing game Paradise, which came out in 1998. Since it is Korean version, and I am not very interested in this game style, so I have many of my own thoughts and reviews. Next, the top 7 rank is Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, a classic well-known intellectual property. It is a free mobile game based on the Dragon Ball anime series. It was developed by Akatsuki and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It's been 8 years since today. I really believe it's a good game. You collect cards, you upgrade cards. I really believe it's a good game. You collect cards, you upgrade cards, build thematic teams and duke it out with the AI. It's pretty cool. It doesn't need to be hard or deep or whatever. Man, don't be ashamed to like a game for what it is.
Next, the top 5 and 6 rank is Lineage W and Puzzle Survival, and even if you haven't played these 2 games, you'll have watched their ads. As Lineage series Lineage W, the game was released on August 19, 2021. It took just 2 years to reach the top 5 rank.
Sadly, it is still unavailable in regions outside of Asia, and if this game released global, would it have exceeded the Genshin Impact? Tell me your thoughts in the comments area. And Puzzles & Survival is a mobile game set after the zombie apocalypse. Heroine Nova is the original infected female hero that you've cured by completing the first 12 chapters of the campaign section. With the 4 full doses given to her, she becomes fully cured and activated. Next, the top 4 rank is Monster Strike is a mobile Japanese role-playing physics game with elements of puzzle, strategy, and cooperative multiplayer. It is developed by XFLAG. Monster Strike is still huge in Japan, but it's dead here in the US. MokzZ Incorporated's Monster Strike is a mobile juggernaut in Japan, so Monster Strike's most revenue in Japan. Do anyone still play this game? Leave your answer in the comments area. Next, it's an exciting time and we come to top 1, top 2, top 3 rank finally. I think all you folks guessed that there are 2 games that haven't been mentioned above. Well, let's start with the top 3 ranks. Yes, it is the Fate Grand Order. If you want to play a game that is playable with story, then I recommend this for you. I still remember how I felt when I first played Fate Grand Order. The GUI and story graphics are low resolution, battle sprites are sharp and higher res, but regular animations are poor/janky. By far the most impressive part of the battle visuals are the noble phantasms. There's 2 gachas. The free currency rolls can only give common servants, and the premium currency gacha provides higher level servants. There's a small stream of free premium currency, but if you want to roll more than a small amount you basically have to buy it. The true abusiveness of this game are the very poor servant rates, while the gacha pool is heavily diluted by equips. Unlike in other gachas, FGO puts the equips in the same gacha as the characters. On top of that, there's not that many servants, only 180 or so on EN, and many of those are the same servant but in a different class/art. Next, top 2 rank is MokzZ Pretty Derby. Why is this game so popular? Is it just a waifu's game? MokzZ's popularity is partly because it faithfully recreates scenes of real-world horses and races, while adding what-if stories for players to imagine other outcomes. First, what is MokzZ Pretty Derby? Well, it's a wildly popular and highly profitable game, comic and animation series featuring horse girls that carry the names and characteristics of former champion racehorses. Simple enough. But it is also a cultural phenomenon that is driving a new wave of interest in Japanese horse racing, and having real-world effects through the founder of MokzZ's parent company Cygames, Susumu Fujita, who was the leading buyer at the most recent JRHA Select sale in Hokkaido. Sure, MokzZ is about horse girls, but that description also makes it sound like something for the only in Japan files. Reducing MokzZ to another example of Japanese quirkiness or kawaii, cuteness, culture, however, would also be unfair, and it would be selling the depth and complexity of the MokzZ universe short, not to mention its extraordinary mainstream reach and real-world impacts. Finally, we all know who it is, right? Yes, it's Genshin Impact from MiHoYo. I believe that you folks played Genshin, so I don't need to talk too much about the game. However, do you folks know why Genshin Impact is so popular? I want to present my point very briefly. The biggest factor in Genshin Impact's success is its massive roster of characters. Almost every character in the game has their own following on social media, with fans constantly creating content for them, including fan art, cosplays, and more. If you have a different viewpoint, please leave it in the comments area. Finally, accept the top 50 games in the video. In fact, it also released some good games for Q3 and Q4 2022. The reason it's not in the top 50, it's not that the game isn't good enough, it's only short release time, so it is a pity. But it doesn't overshadow its charm, such as Goddess of Victory, Nikke, Path to Nowhere, Narrow Cloud, saovs, Eminence in Shadow, etc. Some of the hottest new games, which I won't mention, you folks can be found on the MokzZ Gaming channel. End in 2022, welcome 2023. Evercell's performance is a good start for 2023. The next game is even more exciting, such as Limbus Company will launch in February, and then Ether Gazer, etc. I'll keep you posted on the relevant upcoming gacha news videos. Please continue to follow MokzZ Gaming channel. Well, that's above for global mobile gacha games top 50 revenue ranking for 2022. I'll leave the revenue data link and timestamps down in the description. Please like, share and follow this video if you are interested. Thank you for watching this video. See you.